All right. To the rest of the world, it is not an American holiday. So let's forget that it's Turkey Day or Slaughter a Native Day or Thanksgiving or whatever name people want to give it. I've seen, just for those of you in other countries, I've seen a lot of the posts today from people in the United States of America who, for years, have thought that it's a horrible thing the way that the natives were treated, but they didn't know how natives are treated. I'm trying to get the word out. I've been trying to get the word out since day one when John Nomi started telling me about all the missing people in the area. And Lila Mountain Sheep. Sorry, I pronounced her name wrong. I have no teeth. I couldn't get them fixed. I kept on spending money to get x-rays, but I didn't make enough money to get back to the dentist with money in hand, which you have to have at the time for a dentist. You had to have the money in hand. And I never had it in time. And when I went back, they'd say, it's been too long. You got to get x rays again. Over and over and over again. For like 5 years. It sucked. When you're poor in America, you need to understand that the way human politics works, I mean, most people will be happy, and if not happy, they'll be at least complacent instead of actually doing something about their conditions, as long as there is someone in worse conditions. Because if there is somebody in worse conditions, that means they have less resources than you do. They will be easier to victimize. A homeless person is a lot less likely to have a device on hand to record. Now, the phone, yeah, a lot of homeless people have these now, thank goodness, and a lot of them don't. I had a telephone given to me by a woman named Janine Barrett. She gave the phone to me because whenever people were completely fucking lost in Boulder, everybody told them go talk to Starbucks Sean. Who is Starbucks Sean? When people first started coming up and talking to me, I'm like, well, I don't know how to help you. They'd sit down with me for a bit at my table. The bench that I like to take, it's right next to the fireplace. And I like the part closest to the wall. And I remember there was the wood paneling around it. It was actually old barn wood. It was pretty cool. I'd plug in my computer and I'd try to learn stuff. Try to learn about psychiatry and psychology and history. And history's my big one right there. I mean, that's, oh my God, I love history. But the history of humankind is fucking brutal. And historians have seen what works and have seen what doesn't time and again, over and over and over again. The more we study these things, the more we learn about them. But then we've also got a lot of quack jobs who get a lot of undue attention because they have some wild, crazy theories. And then everybody wants to adapt that and put that to every situation that they can when it comes to somebody else who does something they don't like. Well, that's pretty messed up. Meanwhile, all this stuff is offensive. Middle class people don't want to see the homeless. Rich people don't want to see the homeless. I mean, that's extreme poverty. And when it comes down to it, the poor don't want to see homeless either. Now, there's two types of poor. There's the types of poor that have been homeless and the types of poor who think they'll never be. If I work hard enough, if I work hard enough, you know what? You can work as hard as you want. All it takes is one crazy fucking nut job, and you have your entire life destroyed. I mean, you got credit, right? Credit, you're spending money that you have not earned. That's not your money. You did not spend the work hours to have that money yet. It's not yours. Credit is wrong. And so is inherited wealth. If one person has to start off with absolutely nothing, then everyone should start off with absolutely nothing. Otherwise, you people are extremely cruel to the people who have it the worst. You think it's okay to stiff them because nobody cares because it's a homeless person. When that dude puts the bills in his name and he's paying you rent, he's not homeless anymore, and you don't get to treat him like a homeless person anymore. It's not okay. You still have to pay your part of the rent. You also still have to pay your part of the bills. I've had two good roommates my entire life. Jamie always covered her fucking bills. Always. The guy I'm staying with here, he's an excellent roommate. Of course, we don't live in the same room. He doesn't treat me like I'm a homeless person. But also, I'm not paying him rent. Not in the standard sense of it, anyway. I mean, I try to do what I can around the house. I actually have this little square area here that is a complete and total pigsty, but pretty much everywhere else, I keep the trash picked up. I can't exactly take it out to the garbage most of the time because it's too heavy. When we've got inflation, which is what's going on here, what inflation is overtaxing. It's always overtaxing. We've got way too many middlemen for everything. Well, we want to create jobs. Well, if you're having somebody do it just to do it, you're wasting resources. Plain and simple. People need to have good paying jobs for non menial tasks. I mean, I got one friend of mine, when her little sister died, she worked at a fucking dollar store, okay? A dollar store. And they wouldn't let her take off work to go to her own sister's funeral. It's a dollar store. It's not like you're running a nuclear site. It's not like you're in the Pentagon and you're on DEFCON, whatever it is that they're about to nuke you with. But here, we start seeing the increases in stuff quick. I mean, right now, regular candy bar in a lot of the world, they're eating hopefully healthier than candy bars. But a candy bar is $1.69 here. That's cheaper than a lot of places, I've been told. They were 50 cents when I was in high school. Other food is, of course, increased just as much. Minimum wage is not increasing as fast as their taxation. I mean, every politician promises to lower taxes, none of them do. A lot of people are saying, we need to have another bailout. We need to talk to the world about bailing America out because, we have all this responsibility around the world and we need you guys to help us foot the bill. No, let America close in on itself. Those people that you have been treating like trash for their entire lives are the only ones that are going to survive that shit. You guys can have stockpiles and stockpiles and stockpiles, but there are people who know how to survive. And the worse shit they've been through, the more they know how to survive. And if they've been homeless for any length of period or time, they know how to survive. People try to kill homeless people all the time. Now, maybe it's not literally trying to kill them, but when someone is drunk, yes, you have to look at that possibility that they are going to try to kill you, that they are going to try to stab you to death. I have seen people try to break other people's necks. I have seen people stab other people with knives. When people are drunk, they're stupid. And here in the United States, it flows in abundance. The worse off the country is, the more booze they pump out. Because now we're getting more and more people who are realizing that, yeah, I am living paycheck to paycheck, but now I am 3 paychecks behind because I'm not earning enough. I got to get an extra job. I got to try to find childcare for my kids. It's free because I literally can't afford childcare. And then you have to go to court. Why is it that you, of all people, are the one who is always picked on? It's because you ain't got any real backup. In America, it's the dinero that matters. Feria, capital, cash. America is fucking bankrupt. Okay, don't fucking kid yourselves about this. America is bankrupt. America's broke. And moreover, every first world country in the world is actually broke. They're all broke. Inflation is the way that they pretend that they're not fucking broke. They're broke. They all owe each other money. Many of those European and Asian countries, going back thousands of years, of people owing people and different governments in different regions owing each other money. Now, we've got a very feudal system here in the United States. That is the system that is currently in place in the United States. You've got those in power who tell those who are not in power how it is going to be, and then there are armed goons who will force that upon you. Those armed goons are called law enforcement. Many of the laws that we have, people in many foreign countries are astounded by. There are a lot of countries where they don't understand our property taxes. How can you take a person's land away? It's theirs or it's not. Now, this credit lending crap, that's bullshit. Everybody should start off with nothing. Otherwise, we end up with this feudal system, which is a bunch of inherited wealth, and most of us don't inherit jack shit. Those who inherit the most can buy their way through everything. I've got the money, just bring me a lawyer. The police are also protected in exactly the same way, and I will tell you why. The police officers union. While you have to take a public pretender who doesn't give a rat's ass about you because he or she has 1,800 cases on their desk, yeah, you're not going to fucking win shit. They're going to let you rot in there and draw out your sentence as long as they fucking can so they can draw funding, so they can draw your tax dollars to pay for people that should not be incarcerated. But they don't have the money for a real lawyer. When a police officer commits a crime again, have a bunch of money. Oh, hell, they'll have a federal investigation. If you just have a lot of money, they'll have a state investigation and they'll probably put it on the news. The poor stand zero chance. And most of us don't have credit. We never did. I mean, I turned 18 with a shirt on my back, a pair of pants, and one shoe. If it wasn't for Kimberly Jepson, little Jason Jepson, and their parents, I don't know what I would have done. We got to stick together. And there are times that you can't. If you live in a small town, reputation counts. Reputation is what matters more than anything else in the world, even more than money, believe it or not. Your money can buy you out of trouble, but it's the whisperers. This is what my mom described as a bed town. She said, basically, in this town, it's a key club. Everybody has sex with everybody, and everybody talks about everybody. They got nothing to do but fucking gossip. Yeah, pretty much. I do not belong here. In reality, it's fuck drink and gossip. It don't matter if it's true or not. And I think it should. I think it should actually absolutely matter. Now, to the rest of the world, we're a running joke, okay? I think that the way that America treats its poor is a reflection of the nation itself, and as a result, the nation is a failure. A lot of people say, man, you can't redistribute wealth. Are you kidding me? Do you have enough to survive on? How hard do you have to work for what little you're getting? Child care goes up way faster than minimum wage. Now, when a poor person goes to court, there's all sorts of stuff that they can do to make your life hell. I mean, you got to consider, all right, if they incarcerate you for 30 days, especially in the state of Colorado, where you're not allowed access to any of the evidence, you're not allowed to work on your own case in the state of Colorado. It's fucked up. They say you've got access to the legal machine. Yeah, but it doesn't have my evidence. It doesn't have any of the stuff that I have to go to court about. They can deny you all of that, and they do. You have zero rights as a human being, especially if you're poor. If you have enough money for the telephone, then great, you could get something done. If you don't have money for the telephone, you're screwed. Meanwhile, those guards are abusive. I'm not the only person who knows about it. I'm not the only person who speaks out about it. Saving lives is important to me. Go. I'm being whined at by a puppy. He's not exactly a puppy. Oh, god damn it. Oh. All right, bud. Downstairs. I gotta take him out. You gotta go to the bathroom. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. You gotta go. I'll make a part 2.